to each and every single year, but to us, this is one of the bright stars that's on our calendar that we all circle every year and say we're going to do something big, and it seems like it gets bigger and better each and every single year. Those that don't know who I am, my name is Jake Oliva. I'm privileged and honored to be the Secretary of Education in the great state of Arkansas, and I'm really happy to be here amongst some of the best, whether you're a student in high school thinking about going to school and be a teacher. We've got some students that are getting ready to graduate from college and maybe transfer to university, and we even have some teachers that are finishing their program and that are going ready to the classroom. So this is the pinnacle of one of the best weeks that we mark off on our calendar each and every single year, because this is Teacher Appreciation Week. And anytime that we can stop and think about those teachers that made a difference in our life, we want to take that moment, be reflectful, celebrate, elevate, and say thank you for what you do to go above and beyond. Also want to thank some of our young scholars that were here. I don't know if anybody got to hear the jazz band from Bryan High School. Wow, right? Weren't they amazing? Yeah. I felt like they were professional grade, and it just shows you that when you think about our future in this state, and you look at the talent that we have in our classrooms each and every day, I know that we're a good hand. And thank you to the East End cheerleaders for bringing that extra little spirit. And thank you to our school and university partners that are here to help make this day special. So I'm excited that we're going to be able to recognize some of our best educators in the state. We also have some state board of education members. I'm going to put them on the spot. I saw them earlier. Dr. Sarah Moore, if you could stand, these young scholars want to meet you and see you. And Dr. Gary Arnold was here earlier. So if anybody has wonders about what the State Board of Education does, that's a really good person that you can connect with, because we always ask ourselves exactly what we do here. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and kick today's ceremony off, and I want to start by introducing our opening speaker, who has made improving education and celebrating teachers and making sure that we recognize, retain, and attract the best to the profession that we say is the greatest profession of all professions, because it is the profession that starts all profession. And we want to say thank you to a governor that says we're going to be #1 in education in the nation, and we're going to do whatever it takes to get there. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming our 47th governor of the great state of Arkansas, Governor Sarah Sanders.
I usually say a lot of really nice things about Jacob, but I'm starting to get concerned after I hear him say that he's, standing around asking himself, what do we do here every day? So, but in reality, Jacob does a phenomenal job leading the Department of Education and has built a great team. We have an amazing state board that work tirelessly to help Arkansas become the best state in the country for education, and so we appreciate their leadership. One of those people on that team that does such a great job that I've had the privilege to get to know, and I hope all of you will get to know him as well, but that's Arkansas's 2024 Teacher of the Year, Roman Castle. And I knew from the second I stepped foot in his classroom that this was the kind of teacher we want to recruit, to retain, to reward, and figure out how to replicate, because he had so much energy, and you could tell how much his students loved him. I think he could teach any subject and get high school students excited about it, and that's saying something, because it can be a challenge to get high school students excited about certain topics, but he brings an energy and a love and a passion to the classroom. And that's why it's exciting to be here today, because I know that's exactly what we're looking at. Who are the next Bo McCaskins? Who are the next crop of teachers that are going to lead the next generation of students in our state that will bring that level of passion and energy and excitement to the classroom? We know that great education starts with a great teacher, and that's why an event like this is so important, because we want to have the best and the brightest helping us educate the best and the brightest around the state. I had a lot of great teachers in my life, I would not be where I am if I hadn't had teachers who believed in me, who pushed me, who challenged me, who maybe gave me a grade that I deserved but didn't really like occasionally. And one of my favorite teachers, my dad became governor kind of overnight. It was not a planned election. He was the lieutenant governor. He got thrust into office. And we moved from Texarkana to Little Rock, and I started a new school in 9th grade. I think 9th grade is hard enough all by itself. And so going into a new school with a whole new set of challenges was something I was not really ready for or excited about. And my 9th grade civics teacher was a man named Sam Stewart. And I came into his classroom. I didn't know anybody in the entire school. And Mr. Stewart encouraged me to participate in the mock trial team. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted nothing to do with that. I felt too much like what my parents were involved in. And I tried many times to tell him no, but he finally convinced me to join that team. I didn't think the best way to make new friends was to go and argue with them. But apparently it worked, and he gave me confidence I didn't know I needed, and I learned lifelong skills that frankly I get to put to use probably more often than people in this building would like to see. But it was because I had a great teacher who saw something in me and pushed me that frankly I am where I am today. And so I know what a huge difference a good teacher can make, and I am really excited about the willingness of the people that are here today to step in to the classroom and to start on what I think will be a remarkable journey where you'll have the ability to influence kids. And in many ways, you will have no idea the impact that you can have on their life. And so I think it's just such a phenomenal and exciting thing. And we don't just want to encourage you with words. Frankly, we've taken action to try to encourage and make teaching something where we're recognizing and rewarding the hard work that you're putting into the classroom. It was a significant part of Arkansas Learns legislation where we raised starting teacher pay going from the very bottom in the country at $36,000 a year to $50,000 a year, making sure every single teacher in the state got a pay raise of at least $2,000. And one of the other things I'm really proud of is we created a merit program where last year we were able to award nearly 3,000 educators across the state with $10 million in bonuses because of the great work that they were doing in the classroom. In this legislative session, we added and were able to sign and pay. The state will now cover up to 12 weeks of paid maternity leave for every public school in the state, which puts us significantly higher and in a better position than most every other state in the country. So a great recruiting, but also a great way to keep those wonderful teachers in the classroom. So we're going to continue to look for incentives and ways that we can reward, recognize our amazing teachers. But today I want to be here to say thank you for your willingness to engage in this profession, for your willingness to help us raise the next generation of leaders, of doctors, of teachers, of nurses, of mechanics, of welders. They will all be coming through your doors, and so we're going to look to you to help us build the best state we possibly can, and we're thankful for your willingness to take it on. So thanks for being here today. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing all the great work that you do for our state.
Good morning, Governor Sanders, distinguished guests, and future educators. I just love saying that word, future educators. It's exciting. I'm Carly Saraceni. I'm the Assistant Commissioner for Educator Effectiveness and Licensure, and it is with great pride and excitement that I stand before you today to recognize our first inaugural 2025 Registered Teacher Apprenticeship graduates. And that's exciting. We were one of 8 states back in 2021 that applied for our Registered Apprenticeship Program for Education. Ross White and his team at DCTE was right there with us, and we couldn't have done it without him and his team. But the Arkansas Registered Teacher Apprentice is more than just a program, it's a promise. It's a promise that we will create meaningful opportunities to those who aspire to lead in our classrooms and shape the future of education in Arkansas. This apprenticeship is crucial and is a huge component of our Grow Your Own model, designed to cultivate and support passionate individuals who want to make a lasting impression on the lives of our students. This initiative represents the results of tireless collaboration in partnership with not only our in-state agencies, Office of Skills Development, Arkansas Department of Education, Higher Education, but also the U.S. Department of Labor. Through this program, aspiring educators can gain hands-on classroom experience, receive financial support, earn a salary, and progress toward licensure, all while remaining in the communities that they love and serve. Today, we celebrate not only their achievement, but also their commitment to teaching, to learning, and to the children of Arkansas. So it's with great pride that I'm going to recognize and call these 6 graduates up. And I think Ms. Capri is going to help me with this. And I think Secretary Lee is going to come up here. I would love that. Today I'm going to start and I'm going to recognize Cassandra Affledger from Bentonville School District. She could not make it today because she is graduating today. She already has a 3rd grade position at Sugar Creek Elementary in Bentonville. And today, the person who is receiving this award for her is their Chief Operating Officer, Tanya Sharp. And we really appreciate how Bentonville has worked with us to make sure that Ms. Cassandra has had a great experience. And I know that had like about 6 other apprentices that's coming up, so we're excited. Thank you. We also have another that couldn't make it here today because Caitlin Higginbotham at Heber Springs School District is already in the classroom, working on an aspiring teacher permanent. But today, Dr. Julie Workman for Archford Co-op is going to accept her plaque for her because she could not be out of the classroom today, but we are so excited that Caitlin is already on the job. Thank you, Julie.
Good. You gotta be quick on
Our next board are here in person, and I am so excited to start with Alicia Rose. Alicia Rose is at Southside School District. Southside Wheat Ridge School District, Alicia, and we are so excited. She is graduating, and she is our next educator. So excited to thank you, Alicia. Our next 3 had a pact because they're all in the same school district, and it's Nina School District. And it is, I'm going to start with Lachey Holder. We are so excited with this journey, and I know that Lachey, every apprentice is paired with the journey worker.
Congratulations.
And I know her journey worker is here, so why don't you stand also, because I know you are just as excited as she is. Because without those journey workers, those mentors, they could not make this journey alone. So another one from Nina School District is Stacy Green. Thank you,
Congratulations.
Stacey. We are so excited. Listen, we have to think that they are staying in the classroom, they're staying in their communities, and they are growing their own, and we're so excited. And with our last, it's Jamie Gordon from Nina School District. And it's part of Jamie working with
Congratulations.
We are so excited that this is our future.
Hold that up.
And again, we are. So congratulations to our 2025 registered apprentice graduates. We are proud of you. You are the future of education in Arkansas. And thank you. And now, without further ado, our 2024 Bo McCaslin, our Teacher of the Year.
You don't have to do it.
And he has been great. And I cannot say how much our team has worked and enjoyed you all year.
Well, thank you so much, Bobby. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. How awesome is this morning? How fitting is it today that the last day of Teacher Appreciation Week, we are here to honor many in this room who are going to be taking their first steps of their teaching career. And I'm willing to bet most of you had a teacher in your life at some point. You realize that teacher was special to you, not because of the content that they filled in your head, but the hope that they filled into your heart. And for those of you who are just starting your career this year, you too will hit that stage in your teaching career where you realize it's not the content that's most important, but it's the hope that you're filling in your students' hearts. And I get the honor today to introduce you to a special teacher who spent 40 years filling hearts with hope. It's an honor to stand before you today and recognize an extraordinary individual whose life's work has left an indelible mark on our community, our schools, and most importantly, our students. A beloved colleague, mentor, and educator, Ms. Anita Bell. For a remarkable 40 years of service, Mrs. Bell has been the heartbeat of public education, a quiet force of consistency, compassion, and excellence. She has remained a steady light, guiding generation after generation of students toward not just knowledge, but confidence, purpose, possibility. Think about it, 4 decades. That's more than 7,000 school days, thousands of hours working on master schedules, hundreds of parent-teacher conferences, and countless early mornings and late nights. She taught students how to believe in themselves, how to overcome obstacles, and how to rise to their potential. And even in retirement, her dedication has not wavered. She continues to be an active member of the Arkansas Retired Teachers Association, a voice of wisdom and advocacy for those who have served in classrooms across the state. Furthermore, she serves on the Board of Trustees for the Arkansas Teacher Retirement System, helping to protect and steward the benefits that so many educators rely on, demonstrating once again that her commitment to service doesn't end at the classroom door. And yet, despite all of her accomplishments, what stands out most is her humility. When she received the phone call informing her that she was being honored today, she didn't talk about herself. No, she immediately began naming other educators who she believed were more deserving, lifting up their work and their stories. That's who she is, always thinking of others, always deflecting the spotlight, and always putting students and colleagues first. Her life's work has never been about recognition, it's always been about purpose. And that's why today is so special, because we have the opportunity to shine the spotlight on someone who has spent her entire career shining the spotlight on others. Congratulations on this well-deserved recognition. You are and will always be a true champion of educator. At this time, we are proud to present Ms. Anita Bell with this Lifetime Educator Award. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good morning. I am humbled and honored by this award. I still love the first day of school, and I still love school. It has been my privilege to actually work for 40 years in public education as a teacher, as a secondary guidance counselor. As I look around the room, I am delighted to see young people that are interested in teaching. If I could give you one bit of advice, even though the lesson may not always be what you want it to be, always remember you are planting seeds. And the seed may not come up that day, that moment, but it's going to eventually bloom. So thank you for your interest in teaching and for all you will do for the community, your students, and for education. Thanks again, and I am just overwhelmed.
Come over here. We want to say thank you for your service and for getting here. So get in there. We'll do the thing over here.
You've seen a lot change in 40 years. We're going to talk about the early beginning,
Yeah.
the middle, and the end. Exactly.
Thank you.
At this time, we would like to welcome our special guest. Dr. Moore, if you'll also come up. We're going to actually begin signing our commitment to education form, and Ms. Bell is going to lead us in the countdown.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sign!
And all of our professors from our colleges of education, our deans, please sign, our Department of Ed and students. I know that you all have the commitment signing forms at your respective tables, and so we'll sign those as well. But if you all will come up and sign our poster at this time. Let everyone be